Hey, MKM Brick Army. Why'd you guys stop commenting?
He's like,
Oh, yay, finally.
I've been missing Sam's video.
Yeah, everybody has. The whole world has. Ninja 91, 8543.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to episode 91 of Cali Brick Clique. Sheesh, I'm telling you, man, 100 is right around the corner. But you know, you can find this, and you probably already have found this on all your podcasting platforms. Google, what was the other one? Spotify, right?
iHeart.
All the other ones.
Apple Podcasts.
We're not
Wherever.
going to mention Apple because we don't play that. Anyways, we have the usual suspects. We have Plastic Architect, Claire,
hey guys,
the one and
sorry.
only, Shy,
Yo.
and finishing off his third appearance, the one and only Jaabo. I had to bring the green shirt so we could match.
Hey,
With,
Yes,
the, with
we match.
the intro out the way, how's everybody doing? How's everyone's week?
Kitty.
Just for everyone to know.
Well, was there something wrong with the kitty?
Oh, so no, not to like deter from our main guest, but as Oliver is a regular on Cali Brick Clique, I'll let you guys know that he has been officially labeled as fear-induced aggression, and he is like a unique cat. When we go to the vet, he is so bad that he like has to take meds that don't. He has to basically be sedated for anything. So
Nice.
yeah, so he was fine. He just had like a regular, normal checkup, and we had to knock him out because he kept trying to kill the vet.
Oh,
Gangsta.
Yeah, fight or flight he's
Yeah.
absolutely fight, like no discussion.
No wonder.
yeah, that's the
Sandy's
way
having a
our
hard time.
female cat was. Before, yeah, she would go crazy at the vet.
Yeah, he had to go a lot when he was little, so I don't know, maybe that's what it is, but he's just super fiery, and yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was just took a $300 vet visit to like a $1,200 vet visit. No big deal.
Oh, no.
Yeesh.
Yeah, and he has to go back in like a couple weeks because he needs like a deep cleaning for his teeth, which means more sedation. So
Yeah,
Have you ever thought about pet insurance?
yeah, pet insurance is still like expensive. Like it's one thing to like pay $1,200 like once every few years. It's another thing to pay like $500 a year. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know how much insurance is, but I
It's-
think that when he
it was
was
about like $100 for Indigo when I had it for him.
Yeah.
I don't know if like the cost in the end outweighed how much money I put into it. But I didn't really fully take advantage of it. But
I think it's
it was,
like dental.
it's like all insurance.
It's
Yeah,
nonsense.
it's like,
Yeah.
it's just
Like-
like all insurance. Like you
Yeah.
really need it.
It's like a
Um,
safety net.
But with the kitty topic, all the neighborhood cats are now sleeping in Indigo's old doghouse, and I found that out today that they're partying up in there. So I don't know how to get rid of them. My dog, is trying to get back there, but she doesn't have all of her shots yet. But she's extremely territorial, which is great. I have a guard dog. It's awesome. Nobody can come into our property without my dog saying something. But like the neighborhood cats are now starting to become a nuisance in my own house.
Like you
property.
mean the feral cats?
Yeah, the feral cats.
Is
And I'm
there
like,
a local like catch, neuter, and release program? At least are they like getting neutered?
I have no idea.
Are they
So-
multiplying? It's pretty quick to tell.
I
There's
mean,
people-
not. It's only 2 cats right now, but I've
Okay.
seen others, and I haven't seen any. We had problems with kitties were born underneath the house, but that was when our what are the
Crossface.
Crawl
crawl
space?
space? Yeah. So we had like a little gap they can get in. We completely sealed that off after I made sure there was nobody or no other animals in there. So since then there hasn't been any problem like that. But still, we call the specific cat Winston. It's a black cat. He's cool. He takes care of all the rodents, but like lately there's been a lot of other cats that we don't know. So I need to deal with that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's really hard.
So you have
really hard
cats
to
now?
control.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, they're like pooping everywhere, which is bad.
Oh no.
Oh,
So
they
that-
don't cover it up.
No, they just
They're
just
not
Why don't
everywhere.
you like give them a litter box?
Feral cats sometimes don't do even
That's
good with a litter box.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that there was a thing that they could do that with.
It's a
with litter
natural
boxes.
thing for them.
Really?
They'll just bury it, but then like you'll get probably like 50 more cats. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
this guy
Yeah.
likes
It's
this.
an outhouse.
Before we don't have a rodent problem in our neighborhood. That's for sure. So that at least we have that.
Oh man, see, there's a food chain now. Okay. Did we get rid
Either
of the
way.
cats?
Either
Bring in
way.
the rats?
But did we get any new things leaked recently? I don't know if that's true. We had a Black
Winter
Panther set
Village? There's the
and
Winter
the,
Village.
and the Winter
Oh,
Village.
that's right, the Winter Village. Yeah, I haven't
It got
seen
leaked
anything.
and then announced. See, it's a pattern. This is what they're doing. Once it's leaked,
then-
it gets announced.
I have a
Yeah.
theory that Lego is accidentally leaking stuff.
Exactly, the intentional accidents. Exactly.
Mhm,
I like
mhm.
that.
It's like the UCS Razor Crest.
Yeah, I think that's intentionally done accidentally.
They don't want to
Oops.
be like they're trying to beat their own. Maybe they have like a clause in contracts with their partners or IPs where if it gets leaked, then they can announce it.
Like, oh my goodness, this magazine fell. Do not look at page 12. Right there. Right
I
there.
think of the SpongeBob episode where Patrick and SpongeBob were trying to look at Mr. Krabs' map, and they're like, they couldn't touch it, but they were like tapping until it rolled open.
You can always break it down with a SpongeBob reference.
Like SpongeBob episodes to me are like Ren and Snippy episodes. They're just there, and I watch them, and that's pretty much it.
They
Like
made
I don't have like a consistency
Well,
with like.
all my SpongeBob lore goes back to like the first 5 seasons, so that's old school stuff.
That's
It's hard to
back in the
believe
day.
it's like 23 years old.
Is it really?
Yeah. I was watching SpongeBob before I had children, and my children are grown now. So
Wow. I did not realize how old SpongeBob was.
OG. He's an OG now.
I'm not going to say
Classified.
nothing. I'm not going to say nothing.
Certified.
But any thoughts on the leaked Razor Crest and or Winter Village?
I like them.
yeah. I don't think I'm going to be a UCS completist because there's just too much now. But it's a nice set, that Razor Crest.
Well, look, I think it looks dope. I'm definitely feeling it, but I'm content with their original playset.
Yeah.
I don't need to buy the bigger one. One, I don't know where to put it, but I'm content.
How many sets have they made this year that cost over $400? Or how many are on the shelves now? They could have been from previous years that are over 400 now.
So before
It's got
or
to be a good
Like
amount.
if you go to the store and when these sets come out that have been announced.
okay, answer this question then. How many large sets right now are on shelves in a Lego store? Over $400?
Sets that are over $400. There's
Mhm.
the Rain, there's the what's it called? The Falcon, the Star Destroyer, the AT-AT. There's is it how much?
Titanic.
The
on
Disney
Alley?
Castle. Oh wait,
I think it's
Yes, Diane
$399.
Alley, the train. Yeah,
6, 7.
No, Disney Castle's less than 400.
yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
That's
Yeah.
350.
The Titanic, the let's see now. Like there's
The
more.
world map, isn't that?
No, World Map's not. No,
Yeah,
that's not that expensive. The grand piano is super expensive.
Is it 400?
I don't know what they raised it to.
They raised that one?
I don't know. They probably did.
Okay,
I think
more than 5 is a lot. And
Yeah.
we're way past more than 5.
Like filter on like that.
But people have saying they can't find a Star Destroyer anymore, so that's not on there.
Okay.
So that's going away. Disney
Right.
Castle is on the docket too to disappear, even though that's not 400, but still we would consider that a large Lego set.
Yeah. Maybe I should have backed it up to 350 or 300.
Well, either way, even if you were to take away those two things, you're still adding more
The
than
Lamborghini.
the one they're disappearing. Yeah, but then you got the
Technic
Ferrari
sets.
to replace that. So
Yeah, Coliseum's up over
Coliseum?
600. I mean, the
Oh.
Picnic Express, yeah, Coliseum. Let's see now. The Lions Night Castle is at $399. Diagon Alley's at $449.
Which was the roller coaster?
Loop Coaster's $399. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot. There's a ton.
Some pretty girthy shelves.
But I mean, at the same time, like most people don't need all of them.
No.
You
But
have your
this is what I was worried about though. Like if we like for especially like the castle, like I want people want the castle to come back or the castle to come back or these OG themes like that, and they're not moving. The castles hasn't been sold out.
Oh, that is so awesome. I'm so happy.
Well, I mean, they're gonna instead of just being like, oh, we put too many large sets out, they're gonna be like, oh no, castle sucks. We're never.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It has to like the problem with that. I think it has to happen a lot for them to actually like do a price shift. Like for them to actually change, I think something bigger has to happen. It can't just be like one set, you know.
Mhm.
The castle should have been like the Galaxy Explorer. There should have been something where you feel like you're getting a good value and it's not totally breaking the bank. $100 set.
That would have been.
You think it's too big? You think they should have made it smaller?
Yeah, I think it's too big. I think it's too big.
Yeah. Oh, and then you haven't even gone into, I'm looking at Technic. There's like the bulldozer, the Hogwarts castle is still there, the Ferrari.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, actually three.
Yeah, there's more than 10.
Yeah, there's ton. I just passed a ton that are exactly at the 400, like the 399 mark, and obviously with tax or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's plenty.
So then you have the problem of people can't afford it, so people aren't buying it. You had this boom during the when people were, especially here in the United States, when people were getting stimulus money.
I think there's another round coming through, right?
I don't know.
Gas relief, whatever that's just got passed or something.
I just don't know if people are still going to have the disposable income they had before. And so that soccer stadium is still 40% off.
Yeah,
it's like usually when they would put something 40 or 50% off online, it would be sold out.
Yeah, but that set is like so particularly
right. They made too many of them.
But it's not for the U.S. market, right? We're not like a big soccer country, right?
Is it sold out in other countries?
I don't know, but I don't know. I'm
sure the sales are different also. So that
it's only wanted in one country.
What do you mean?
I mean,
there are some Real Madrid fans everywhere. And
it's like that's a global team. That's like saying like there's only Patriots fans like in
you only if you make a stadium for a sports team, you're not going to get a lot of people that aren't fans of that team. I mean, there won't be zero, but they make Yankee Stadium
than for I can see that.
It's mostly Yankee people who want to do it.
So like heavily produce it in like New York as opposed to showing it everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the stadiums in itself, it's like a why question mark type of deal, but I think the large sets, and we've said it a bunch of times, like the large sets, I feel like aren't really made or intended for the genuine Lego fan. It's really trying to pull other people from other areas to have that one masterpiece Lego set that's just in the back of the corner that you have, that kind of like, just to have. I think that's and hopefully pull you into the hobby with the intention of that. You can definitely see that with the last couple sets that have been released that are huge. The promotion definitely like shows that the whole adults welcome thing is another addition to that. So I don't know, like it's going to be interesting to see where Lego goes with the whole pricing and their marketing strategy for the next upcoming year, because obviously whatever is being released right now has been in the works for the past like year and some change, but with the official Omnis Dominus, this thing is over apparently. We'll see how that goes, but with the shaky economy, we don't know what everything's going to do. So 2023 is going to be interesting to see what releases, and I'm kind of nervous to see where Lego goes in that case. But if already there are over almost 20 plus sets over $400 up to where we at 9 months in out of the 12, plus January 1st is around the corner.
Yeah, and get the big days coming up that there might be other things that they've been trying to keep under wraps that'll get revealed.
So, I mean, you mean accidentally revealed and then officially revealed the next day?
So, accidentally, intentionally.
I don't know. Lego's changing, but as a segue to that, like, so is the platforms that we're on. And a couple of weeks ago, we had Matt Mellish on here, and he was great, but he gave us some insight on like the TikTok world and the short form content that is starting to kind of take over pretty much every platform. And at the same time when that was being recorded, I saw a video on Jaabo's other channels. Which one was it? Can you plug it in again?
Joseph Olson.
Yeah, that one. Go check out that one if you want some real Jaabo content. Can you summarize the kind of the topic of that?
Yeah, so the motivation for that video was I was feeling down because there's a couple of creators on YouTube that I have been following a very long time, and I have watched every single video that they've made. One of them is Joe Scott, not Joe Scott. Yeah, it is Joe Scott. I'm thinking I get him and Tom Scott. But he makes science videos, and he's funny. He's like he did improv and like stuff when he was like amateur stuff like that. He enjoyed, so he puts little stuff in his videos that makes them interesting and funny. And then this other one's that chapter. He does true crime. By coincidence, within 2 days, each of them made little community posts that, hey, we're going to be making shorts now. It's because I think they both knew that they needed to warn their audience because they've never done this. And so Joe's been making tons, and I haven't watched any of them. He's made tons of shorts, and they're shorter versions of his videos. Or
is
like
he keeping it on the same channel, or is he moving it to another?
Yeah, on the same channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they do get views.
Going with that? Is getting views?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Not that there's. Make this clear. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with the shorts. My thing that I was feeling bad about it is I felt like people were thinking they were in a corner where they had to do it because that's the way the platform's going, which is like, can't there be room for both? Can't people do the short form and the long form? You don't have to do both.
So that's what I was just wondering. Did he stop doing his regular content?
No, he still makes shorts? They still have their, Joe posts his videos on Monday and the other ones on Tuesdays and Fridays. So they still got their regular form content. They didn't back away from that. So I haven't lost anything as far as.
So you're getting extra content, but is the content like repetitive or is it condensed significantly?
Yeah, I don't know because I haven't watched.
Yeah. Have you are you purposely trying not to watch them, or you're like rebelling against it?
Well, nothing. It's like I see the thumbnail and I'm like, okay, I've already seen that in the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, okay. So it is just straight up clips.
Yeah, and so the shorts that I do watch are things that I think it's got interest. Like the one you did, Shy, with the castle. It's like I actually watched it.
Thanks.
But the danger is if I click over onto the shorts shelf, it's like boom. You just start scrolling. I'm like, oh my goodness,
it's dangerous.
It's it's not as dangerous as TikTok, but it's
almost.
It's like, and then I'm like, so I saw a video a guy posted. And I think this was the next recommended video. Is somebody was getting a package delivered, and then they had a sign for the delivery person, and it went through all this stuff. And basically, the delivery person ended up putting on a Mickey Mouse costume, and then the son came home from school. Oh, that's totally fake video. It's totally fake. I'm like, but it's like, why? And I got sucked in. I watched it, and I'm like, this is fake. There's no way the delivery driver. You were a postal worker.
I would have time for that. I would have been like, peace.
I'm like, I'm gone.
Yep. I'm not staying around for that.
It's like if they were a real delivery driver, they'd probably get fired or reprimanded. Like, why were you on this porch for so long? Oh, and it's such a. And I'm sure that 90% of the people that watch it think it's real.
Oh yeah.
There's the danger in that is people can make stuff that gets people fired up about something in a negative way, and it's also not real.
Interesting.
Yeah. But that can be like defined in a lot of things that social media already has the power for, and we've seen it happen politically in the past 20 some odd years. We've had social media. It's a way of having freedom, but it's also like one of those downsides of having too much freedom. But I rather have the ability to have that than to not.
Well, I guess I see what you're saying, but I just that's why I like to search my feed by people I'm subscribed to chronologically, and that's why I don't like TikTok.
Yeah, so I was wondering about that. Like when I don't scroll often on the short shelf. I do. It's like probably like a couple videos and I'm off. Whereas in TikTok, I just get sucked and I can't get out, or even like Instagram Reels, I get sucked and I can't come out now. But like in YouTube shelf shorts, like I don't get stuck as much, mainly because I'm like aware of it. And maybe I don't want like it doesn't feel like the stuff that I normally watch on the normal algorithm is being shown to me on the short shelf, unless I'm purposely clicking on that short shelf. Like
yeah, my shorts
don't match.
I mean, I don't like the interface of TikTok, so I'm not the right person to talk about it. But the shorts on the platforms that I use usually have nothing to do with what I usually watch at all. Yeah. But shorts in general, don't have anything to do with what I watch at all. Like at least the ones that are really big and popular, they're just
there. They're just thrown at you, right?
It's not for me. Yeah, it's fine, but it's kind of hard to like relate to it, and then also like want to grow using those kind of formats because it's just like it seems antithetical, which I think is what Jaabo you're getting at, where it's like, why create content you don't want to consume just to grow?
Yeah,
which is probably like what you're feeling. And
I think what happens is people start making content if they want to grow.
Yeah.
Or the algorithm, and then is the algorithm then basically dictating what type of content you make instead of the creators doing that?
I think it's more complicated than that, right? I don't think the algorithm is like this like set thing, right? The algorithm is just like what it is, what it's feeling like at the time, and it's like seasonal and it changes and it's constantly changing, right? So I think it's kind of like there's a bigger thing there. It's like, are you asking like, are creators making content to grow? Or are they creating content for themselves? And I think if you have a problem or you don't want to watch creators making content simply for growth, that's a different conversation.
Mm-hmm. People that it's their livelihood making content. They've gone all in. They've been successful. They make good content. The content's good, the format that they have, but you have to adapt. I mean, if you're making this your livelihood, you do have to adapt. But it's just, I feel like it's a never-ending rabbit hole, or I don't know what the right word is. What's the Smashing Pumpkin song?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but it's like it's a rat race. It's like the spinning cycle that you're constantly in if you choose to do it, and it's pretty difficult. And to be honest, though, it's not unlike other industries or professions where you do have to like keep up with the times. It's like publish or perish. Like how many times have you heard that for professors? Yeah,
and if you go watch a movie from the 50s.
Yeah,
a movie's not going to work today.
No, and it's definitely the same thing, and I think it's a combination of a lot of things as to like why we react to that. It's like, it's a sign of us aging as well. You know what I mean? When you really notice it, which is like when you can like track it, and when what is popular, like what is no longer something you enjoy. It means that you are no longer the target demographic for whatever you're trying to consume. And I think there's like a hard pill to swallow there. At least that's me, like maybe like me coming to my terms with my aging and seeing TikTok and being like, God, I hate everything about this. But like a lot of my friends do shorts and they're like, just have fun with it. Yeah. And I'm like, I know how to have fun. This is not fun for me. Like I have gone through my days of putting cute photos up on social media. Like I'm past that, and it's like,
is there a social media platform where you can just put up pictures? Does it exist anymore?
I don't think so. Flickr, I think.
I think he was speaking of successful platforms. Yeah. Sorry, Ninja.
Yeah.
No, it is interesting how it does shift. So I think there's that paradigm to deal with, right? It's like yourself and your age and your likes with popular culture. And then there's also the fact that at least as creators, a lot of us are constantly straddling, are we doing this for success? Are we doing this for fun? And that's like a really hard, I think, pill to swallow either direction. And I think situations like this where like, oh, I don't want to do what I need for success, or I do want to do those are kind of not, I don't want to say touch points, but they're basically like, stopping points for you to really think about like what that is. And I think that's also a struggle. I don't know if you spoke about that, but at least I'm speaking on my experience, like that's really like a reality check for me. It's like, oh, I know there's this thing that I need to do. And I need to do it a certain way, but I don't like that way. And I don't want to swallow the pill that I want to do this for more than a hobby. Yeah. So therefore, if I do it for more than a hobby, you know what I mean? Like you're constantly, like, it's a circuitous conversation that you're having with yourself.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, when I made that video, I was thinking more as a viewer. I don't want the stuff that I like to go away, but yeah, I mean, if you go back and watch videos on YouTube from 10, 12 years ago, there's not a lot of us going to be going back and watching that stuff because there wasn't a lot of high definition things. We all didn't know what we were doing.
Right.
But I still like, okay, so one of the ones y'all mentioned in the one of the videos, I don't know if it's the one where you're talking about TikTok, but I did go check out one of the new up and coming young people on YouTube, TD Brikx, I think he was.
Oh yeah,
and
I think he's a bit more than up and coming. I think
he's way beyond that.
He has surpassed. Good
Everybody.
for him. He's surpassed like the Lego space and is now in a different kind of.
Yeah, he's making video that has Lego in it, but he's
like half asleep Chris, but like
no, he's no.
Half asleep Chris doesn't do Lego videos. He does
Yeah.
videos with Lego in it. That's the same
Yeah.
definition.
That's the only similarity you could say,
Yeah.
but like
TD
So-
Brikx is still Lego. Like he's still generally like no, he does Lego. Like that's all he does. But he doesn't do it for the Lego community. He does
Right.
it for
He does it for
everybody else.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But I don't like the style, but I had a huge appreciation for what he did. The one video I watched was the one where he was talking about rare Lego pieces.
Oh yeah.
And he went and actually bought all of the pieces that he talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, I had respect for that, and the time and the effort and the money that it costed him, as he says.
And all those things. Yeah.
And then, but I wanted to send him a message just like, I got an idea for a video that probably won't do as well, but the problem with the rare pieces that he picked is that you can actually go out and buy them. I was like, I wanted to give him a list of pieces and see if he could buy them.
Ooh.
So I've been working on this list, and I thought about emailing him or messaging him, say, hey, can you, this is my dare to you or challenge to you. Can you buy these 10 pieces?
I don't.
And he probably wouldn't do it. It's something that's interesting to me, but it wouldn't be.
Yeah, like if to be honest, if it's like not something that he could package the right way and get and buy and get the video done in a week, what's the point for him, right? And so I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like when we saw that video and we're like, oh, this is cool, but he does just enough research, just enough effort that the video works, but it's not like 100% complete. And not that it needs to be, but he does what you need to do and like prioritizing his time and figuring that out for like how big a bang for your buck, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it sent me down another rabbit hole because I started looking at TikToks of people talking about rare Lego, and it started making me
angry.
Yes. I'm like, not rare, not rare, not rare, not rare.
Oh, so people.
Why don't you do it? Why don't you make
That's what I'm saying. It's like I should do it, but it's like what people will do when they see my video, they'll be going, not interesting.
I think the word rare is a good keyword to use in a title and a thumbnail. That's
well, it is.
That's what it is.
That's like you're showing something that's expensive.
No, they just take the same 10 things that everyone is just flashy about, and it's like I think what you're reacting to is like low effort content, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I'm the king of low effort content.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting then. It's like, is there something hypocritical then about it? Do you know what I mean? Because it's like
maybe the lack of research behind the videos.
Okay, if you can't just mumble in the back.
Well, you can just keep saying what I'm telling you to say. That's been working.
Or you could just say your opinion, Sans.
I think he's just upset because it's all the same 5 things that are regurgitated over and over and over.
Okay, so that might be
that the one-off San Diego Comic-Con is the most expensive, most thing that no one can ever have by the same 12 people.
That's why he's upset, I guess, is what we're finding out.
I prefer Sans style. I'll just say that.
Sheesh.
Hyperly over research, but those videos that he's doing is like kind of for different.
But there's facts
audience
underneath all that.
But that's what the audience on YouTube is. It's the people that are in that age group that like that kind of content. Because
big part, it just depends like what audience you're trying to get to.
So the thumbnail style and the content style, there's a channel called 5 Minute Crafts that makes utter complete garbage videos. And
is that like a tasty of like crafts or something like that?
They're not even real crafts. They're dumb. They're not useful. They're not interesting. Why have I watched these? But but they got those colorful thumbnails, the high contrast, those yellows, and
I like those thumbnails.
The thumbnails are catchy.
I like those colors.
The videos aren't low effort. They do take a lot of editing and a lot of time to film them, but they're done by corporations. These aren't. I have more appreciation for the teenager that's doing that video all by himself, than this corporation that's pumping out this garbage. But I'm like, who are these 80 million people that are subscribing to this? It's like
kids, maybe, yeah.
It's
kids and moms. I don't know, kids.
But
probably.
do kids really subscribe though? Like, my kids hop on YouTube, but I don't think they've ever subscribed to anybody. They just watch.
And they're the outlier. There's a reason why everybody always says subscribe to my channel. It's not to remind the adults watching. Some adults need the reminder. It's to
I teach them, like, don't listen to what anyone says. No, I'm just kidding.
Like product placement or advertising commercials on TV. The child's not going to want to get in unless you tell them to go get it.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. So a few years ago, when I was at the Creator Day in Atlanta, there was a guy sitting next to me. And this was before the crackdown on the superhero costume people. And he had just started a channel like 2 months ago doing that, him and his wife. And he had 80,000 subscribers in 2 months. And I said, you're going to have 1 million subscribers by the end of the year. He had 2 million subscribers by the end of the year. And his channel's gone now. But that was the trend. Was that content good? Was that content that you wanted children to watch? Was the content entertaining? But you know what it was? It was content that the algorithm was pushing out, that YouTube was pushing out to people. And then all of a sudden they got called out for it because it was inappropriate for children. And they did away with it. There's one of those Easy Kids or Easy Boys or whatever, that one that I remember he was one of Greg's subscribers, and they made clean versions of those videos. There was nothing wrong with their videos, but they lost all their ability to make revenue off that, and they had over 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, they grew pretty quick. I remember seeing that growth.
But that content is no longer. It's not evergreen. It's gone now, pretty much. And so, is that what's going to happen with some of the short stuff? Is this is going to be the thing, and then it's going to be something else?
You talking about like the idea of it, or
yes,
the post on shorts?
Or the types of posts on shorts.
Yeah, like shorts only do well when the algorithm pushes it. And when it doesn't, it doesn't show on your main page anyways, unless you go and click on the person's videos, and you'll be able to see it. But when you go on someone's main channel, you don't see it. So yeah, like I see shorts as throwaway content. I don't see them as something that you would want to refer yourself to like in the future. That's what it looks like right now, at least, because there are a number of videos that like I associate with like different content creators, not just in Lego, but like in other places too. They're all evergreen that you can always refer back to when it's done. I mean, Sans has a lot of those. So like, but to do that in a short form content, I don't see that. Like I don't think that's possible, because how much you could jam a lot of information in like a minute, maybe 30 seconds. But like a lot of it's like, how much is that going to be retainable? And a lot of it has to be re-explained, which is the reason why a lot of evergreen videos, like you're really like into what's being said, as opposed to like just being fed the information. So, and I do think YouTube has that over everything. Like there are reasons you go to YouTube, the how-tos, the YouTube University type of deals. Like, like how many things can you do in life now because of YouTube, and shorts won't do that well. I mean, a short can probably teach you how to screw a wall together, but not efficiently. So you're gonna want an in-depth version of that to watch the actual thing.
I don't think you need to speculate on it. You can just look back in the past and see how it's happened before. How many movies can people reference in everyday conversation from 50, 60, 80 years ago? And then there are TV shows that have been, or radio shows that are forgotten because they were much shorter, much less deliberate, much more sad.
So you're saying that YouTube video evergreen is the blockbuster to remember?
I'm not necessarily saying it's a blockbuster, but there's a.
No, I mean like just something to remember by.
There are several people that I've met online that we can reference specific points from videos that came out from 2016, 2014 that,
Right.
I mean, they weren't short by any means, but they weren't necessarily great things. You're just more memorable.
It's fair. I do see that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's interesting to see how this is going to play out. And one thing that's also in that video that Jaabo brought up as a point is everyone's kind of shifting. YouTube's going to short, and then TikTok's going to long form content. Which we're trying to ask Matt about. But it's like where are all these platforms going to end up being in like a couple years from now? Are they all going to be the same exact thing?
I hope not. I hope YouTube keeps it separate like they have it now. And I think they probably
talking about having the separate algorithms because they're bridging.
No, I don't. Well, I don't know about that, but I'm saying I can go into YouTube and easily scroll past the shorts without them playing.
Yeah.
They have the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still new, so they could add like other things. They could totally change it up. Maybe they can make it more appealing. I don't know.
I just think the shorts should have a horizontal video too.
See,
watch. It's just
we get to make
say that right now.
Vertical video. It's like when.
I don't know if it's my phone glitching, but I've been watching shorts horizontally.
Okay.
And they're not made horizontal, so it's kind of like not very.
It didn't fit right then.
Yeah, it doesn't fit. It's just like super zoomed in.
I feel like it's really gonna have to. It has to be the norm of how a person uses the phone for that to change.
Yeah.
So if we start going back to the whatchamacall, what are they called again? Sidekicks, like style thing, which I will not be surprised if one day we go back to that. Because remember, like 20 years ago when it was a small phone that was cool. Now we're back to like the new iPhone 14 where the screen.
We're back to like all the. Do you remember? I hate this trend. This trend is back. Girls are wearing their hair like this. It is awful.
Like, what trend?
Hey, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on.
Like the little. You remember this? Do you remember this like thing that was like cool when we were like 12, 13, Shy?
Venus has that hair right now.
Is she doing that again? Tell her
she's always had it. So she's never gotten rid of that.
Oh, really?
That counts. She's a
she'll do like one side of it. Like she'll do one.
Oh, okay. But like, does she do a middle part with it?
No. It just comes naturally like that when she.
That's not it. No. It's like when your hair is like pulled back very intentionally, very tight.
Oh,
you gotta leave
and
it
then you
and then you like put the gel and you like put it so it like sticks on your forehead.
Oh no, she doesn't do that. It's a natural thing.
Yeah. Do you remember that in middle school? Well,
yes, I do.
Okay.
Thing again.
But fashion and trends like that always come back, and it's gonna be maybe I don't know. Maybe the short form content will die, and a long format content will live. Because
I think you never know. I'm not saying I want it to die. I say I still want to find the content that I want to watch.
It's not going to happen.
I feel like YouTube is going to just do both because they've seen Periscope come and go. I feel like YouTube's like, you know what, we're just going to do this. It's going to be there. It's a thing. And if they want to push it or not, I don't know.
That stuff is not going anywhere ever.
If Von Dutch comes back as a fashion trend, yeah, for sure, short content's gonna disappear. Just saying.
So what was the short form video platform that died?
Vine.
Yeah. So when Vine died, before Vine died, YouTube was like, for me, like as far as like thinking of YouTube as being a career, it was like, oh man, I can't fail, because it was like it didn't matter what I did. It's like I had success as far as like views and things. It's like, but it wasn't good content, but anything worked. But YouTube got refined over time, and so you squeeze out all the bad content, I guess. But when the Viners came over, that was a big change.
But the Viners have to do long form content, didn't they? Yeah,
but they were taking their short, snappy, 6-second minimum amount of video content that they could make and applying that to a video. So every single second
was a change.
It's significantly more entertaining. That's the Paul brothers are from that. I don't know if you've ever watched vlogs, but their vlogs are like one thing to the next, and
it keeps people's attention, even if it's not.
It's like
it shouldn't.
Instead of scrolling through other videos, you just keep watching their video all the way through. Like,
no, it's smart.
What's going on here now?
I see everybody battling for the short form content right now. And the last discussion we had with this is the key would be the one to be the first one to successfully monetize it is going to win. Like a while ago, we were talking about the whole Twitch thing with the live streaming battling between, who's going to do it, Google or Amazon. And, we kind of left that up in the air, and kind of Twitch is this place, but now YouTube's doing the same thing that you can do on Twitch, like gifting subscribers as memberships and, the super thanks and all that kind of stuff too. And then also like incorporating how live streaming on Instagram works is now being on YouTube, where you can live stream vertically with friends. And then when you're live streaming, it goes all the way to the top of your subscription feed showing that they're live. So like, it's funny to see YouTube not necessarily bend over to what works in the other platforms, but literally try to emulate it and make it their own to try to keep those people on those platforms. It's really fun to watch. Ultimately, I think it's exciting to see it because it's just like, oh, okay, what's the new platform that's gonna pop up out of nowhere in like a couple years, or will it just be these three or one that wins? And then it will be so big that it's kind of impossible for a new one to pop up because it's just going to get swallowed through idea and then emulated to the social norm of social platforms. You know what I mean? That's literally where I see it. And with the whole like metaverse type of thing and how that's all working with like what is being purchased on that thing is like my mind can't like keep up with it, and it's exhausting. To kind of like to anyone who's like an influencer or someone who makes this as a living, it's exciting and there's a lot of opportunity, but it's very, very scary.
It's constantly changing.
I think I want to go out and go for a hike in the woods and not have any technology with me.
All the same, just make sure you film it and you go live.
No.
And then you bring us along with you.
I may have said this on the last time I was on or on another podcast. I can't remember, but I forget where I was at now, but I was somewhere where everybody was watching something and I was the only one not filming it.
I think you were at wasn't it like when you were like Ryan or something?
Yeah, well when I went,
Alabama?
everybody was filming everything when we went to like Atlanta Brick Company.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm just hanging out, talking to people. When I go to the conventions, I end up talking to people instead of recording stuff.
We do the same thing. We end up, the more people there are with their cameras out, the less likely we're going to pull it out.
It's like going to a concert nowadays. It's just everyone's recording. They're not watching the show. They're recording it.
But I think I have some of the oldest videos on YouTube of conventions.
You do.
Because I think I was like Brick Fair, Alabama, 2013 or 2014 maybe. I was filming the trains at the convention.
Is that convention over now?
Yeah, it's gone. It died
officially.
Yeah, they said that. They said if he's gonna keep coming, we'll just have to cancel it. They did. So last year, or which is this year, in January when we had it, I remember Sunday thinking like, are there any people here? It was dead.
I thought the last one was a success.
I didn't think so. Not on Sunday. Saturday was all right, but Sunday just.
Do you think it'll just be like someone else will just take it over, call something different, and still be a thing? It's gonna be done.
No, I mean the other conventions I've seen down here in this area, I've not had any interest in going to.
I didn't go to Brickfest.
Yeah, the Brickfest is. I want to go to a convention where you can hang out with the other people in the community, and then have the public days.
Chicago.
Yeah,
They
like
made a Brick
Chicago
World,
or
Alabama.
Virginia.
Yeah.
So if I do go to a convention again, I'd like to go to one that the whole family would want to go, but that would probably be more towards Brikx. What's the one in out in the Northwest? Brikx Cascade.
Cascade. Yeah.
Because I had talked my wife into going to that one, and then it got canceled.
Oh yeah, that's right. But it's full blown now, and it's nice to have like a good giant or bigger convention on the West Coast. That's now notorious, or will almost be there, hopefully. But the more people that are like able to share content from there on YouTube, I think will help.
Yeah, definitely.
It definitely did the FOMO in Chicago with all 4 platforms on there.
Oh,
So like, same thing with Virginia. I didn't see it as heavy in Virginia this time. Definitely with the TikTokers though, they were all there. But it in Cascade or Slopes, it's not really publicized in that fashion. It's just the traditional Instagram push and or come see the Lego Masters, I guess. But nothing else within the YouTube world is heavily pushing it. But I feel like the more people like hype it up, and it'll definitely help. It's like free advertisement that they don't appreciate. So, but that's just where do you plan on going for sure? Ish.
Hawaii.
What?
That's it. I cannot go to another convention until I do a Hawaii trip. So
there you go.
If I can get a Hawaii trip in, then we'll talk about conventions.
Priorities in order. You hear that, guys?
Well, I hope you have that like lined up soon.
Well,
don't say when. Just
why are you saying it like that, Shy?
Because Hawaii's cool, and I hope you go on a vacation for sake of going on a vacation and not related to the channel.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Oh, definitely.
I think he's saying that because he wants to meet him at a convention soon.
Yeah. I want him to go to Hawaii, so that way next Chicago that comes up, we see him.
There we go.
And then we can do the height comparison again, and like, yes, you already know I'm 5'9".
I have a thing to say. So some of the heights, did they just tell you what their height was, or did you measure it?
No, they just told me, and I'm like,
because I was like, okay, I've been at conventions with that person. I don't think that height's accurate.
No.
Well, some of them were exaggerated. I think
some of them are
Briktsar, I messed up. All right, that was meant to be 5'7", and I put 5. Yeah, and I put 6. My bad.
Oh, that wasn't intentional.
That was not intentional.
Okay.
I watched that video like literally 10 times. I think I watched it too many times to notice that error. And then I posted it up, and then like Venus came outside and she was like, "Did you just post a video? And I think you messed up." I'm like, "What?" So then she told me, "I think you put 6'7" for that guy. He's definitely not 6'7". And I'm like, "Oh shoot!" And it had to be Briktsar. So I was just like, "Great." Now I think I'm making fun of him. So
we thought,
everybody thought that. Like, it's funny when you see the analytics of that video, like it spikes up on that
people backtracking.
I'm like,
you wouldn't have got that if you made it correct.
I know, right?
You got more watch time because of that.
Yes,
and technically not clickbait.
No, I mean the video did okay. It's not that it wasn't great. I just had fun doing it. I thought it was one of those just having fun.
It was a cool idea. Yeah,
thanks. So I don't know if I can replicate that again, but it is cool to see everybody, and I'm excited. So hopefully you go to Hawaii soon. So for my own selfish reasons, so that way I can see you soon.
All right.
And not wait another 3-4 years for you to come out.
I hope it's not that long. Hopefully it'll work out next year, so I could do something later in the year.
Yeah. So year's over. There's no more conventions, right? Just like the little brick fairs and fests and in the like little areas and stuff like that. I know BrickCon's still coming. Not BrickCon, bro. What's the one?
Are you asking me? Because I don't keep up with that stuff.
What's the one in Seattle? Whatever that is.
Brikx.
I don't know.
Brikx
Slopes.
Brikx Slopes is in Utah.
No, that's Utah.
Brikx Cascade is Seattle, isn't it?
Yeah, Brikx Cascade is the one out there.
Oregon. That's Oregon.
Oregon. Okay.
That's Oregon.
Okay.
There's one that I know that I think it might be BrickCon. I think the Hanlons are going, but as far as we know.
You guys are tapped out for the year, right? You're done with conventions.
What? I think I'm done for the rest of my life.
You're gonna stick to just one or two now going forward?
No.
We probably will, yeah, but that's simply because just life and like now that like it was really fun being able to do that this year and like last couple of years really when international travel and like other travel and stuff wasn't really in the cards the same way that it is again. So it's kind of hard to justify. Like those trips are like if you're not local, they're still pretty expensive. So.
So one trip for me a year. I think that's where I'm gonna keep it, and so that's where I'm heading to Chicago. Maybe I can do 2. We'll see. But there are some things I want to accomplish here, so I don't want to like spend all my money just doing that type of stuff. So, anyways, I guess we can just wrap it up there, right?
Is that it?
I don't. Jaabo's tired. I'm exhausted. It's late. I still got to go through this whole thing.
Oh well, I mean, are there any last words? I didn't. I thought it was it.
You got anything else to say, Jaabo, in relation to what we were talking about?
Follow me on TikTok.
There it is.
Hey, are we expecting short form content from you? Like, what's? I hope so. I think this would be fun. I think I think you could have a lot of stupid fun with it and like really make fun of the whole scenario.
Just have fun.
This was my shorts idea. I wanted to do a series of shorts talking about why shorts are dumb.
Like long lasting series.
There it is. Make sure to follow Jaabo's Shorts channel and his TikTok.
No, I'm just joking. I'm not saying shorts are dumb.
You literally just said shorts are dumb.
I'm wearing shorts right now.
I like long pants in the wintertime now.
Boom. There it is. Now we can roll that music.
Peace, guys. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Oh, man. Oh, dude, this was a long day for me.
Sorry.
It's all good. It wasn't your fault.
I appreciate y'all having the courage to have the less interesting guests on. So.
You're not the less interesting.
I don't think so. You provide very valuable input.